What is going on, boys and girls? Today we are doing something very special and simple. You could take pretty much anyone to do, and that is going after checkered pufferfish. So about 2-3 years ago, we did this video at this exact same spot, and we are going after these little tiny fish known as checkered pufferfish we have here in Florida. They're actually really cute little fish. They taste amazing. So let me walk you guys through what we're doing. There's this really big, like little seawall lake looking thing right here, and all along the edges are these pufferfish. So, Chef Yames, say what's up.
What's going on, guys?
So you already know this video is gonna be good because he is gonna be cooking dinner, one of my best friends, and he cooks up a mean fish dinner. So we got some shrimp from Walmart right here. You don't have to go fancy with it. Pufferfish absolutely love shrimp. I just take a little piece right here, just about that big. You don't want too big of a piece because these pufferfish, you're gonna see, have very small mouths. It's a little Goldie, a little mustad gold hook, real light leader, like 6-pound test, and we're just gonna hook them like this, and we're gonna just walk up and down this little shoreline right here and look for these pufferfish. We already got one in the bucket right there. Yames already caught one. That is what we're after. Look, you guys will see they do puff up as their name intends. If you rub their belly like this, oh, this guy doesn't want to do it. Come on, buddy. Usually when you rub their belly, they'll puff up. This guy doesn't want to perform for the camera. He's a little shy, so we'll get the next one to puff up for you. The reason I like to make this video is if you have kids or a girlfriend or someone who's getting new into fishing, this is a great way to introduce them into it. It's very low intensity. They make for a great meal, and they're fun to catch. Holy smokes, get that, Dennis.
Damn, okay. See, these are always the times that you have a little long shank hook and a little piece of shrimp, and there's mullet getting railed against the seawall right here. I have nothing else to throw at them.
So there's a huge school of mullet right there. And from time to time, it looks like they're getting sprayed. Maybe a snook or tarpon is chasing them. Last time we were here, the water was really clear, so you could walk up and down the bank and really see them. It's pretty murky right now. We got a little wind, so they're kind of tougher to spot. We're not seeing them very well right now, so I'm just tossing some chunks in, trying to get them to come closer to the shoreline. I just saw one, but they blend in so well with their environment. They got a brown and yellow kind of checkered pattern, and they blend in really well with this water. Oh, there we go.
That's what we're looking for.
Ooh.
So keep your hand away from their mouth too, because that one just got me right there. Not even intentionally.
Uh-huh. They have wicked
these
teeth.
Really nasty teeth. Pretty fish though.
You know, if I was gonna bet money on who's gonna catch more between these two, I'm putting my money on Yames for some reason. He's already got two.
I'll put my money with you there.
He's already got two in the bucket.
This is the most recreational thing you can do. So Dennis has got his money on the right person.
This is not fancy fishing either. Any little light spinning reel, you could fish a little Zebco, just light line, little hook, and that's all you need to catch these little puffers. Well, currently Yames has 3 and I got 0.
Dennis is winning this bet so far.
What would have been good is to bring a fish carcass and have them all congregate, and then you just feed them a little piece of shrimp. We did not. So last time we were here, like I said, it was not this murky. You could walk up and down this bank and you'd see schools of 6, 7, 8. It's very hard to see them with this water.
It's not what we want.
Wrong species. It's -2 pufferfish points right there.
Little bycatch. They're pretty though.
Oh, there's one right here. I got one on me, Dennis. Come on, Mr. Puffer, eat it. Ah, he took my bait. It's Mr. Steal Your Pufferfish. Swooping in, coming in hot, Yames.
Yes, sir. Someone's got to do it. Apparently not. He's there though. There he is. Mom. Oh! Almost lost this dinner. That's the size we want. Ones we were getting for are a little small, but these ones are perfect size.
Oh, there's one right here. Come on, eat it. Oh, he's on it. He's on it. There we go. There's Vix. I'm on the board with the puffer. This is what I wanted to show you guys. if you hold them just right and you rub their belly, so that's his defense mechanism. He's blown up with air because these guys are very slow moving, don't really have much going on with them. So if a big fish comes and tries to eat them, they inflate themselves and it gets stuck in their throat, and then they let them go. But if you look, they look cute, but they got some vicious teeth on them. A lot of people have these as aquarium pets in saltwater tanks, and these guys are very aggressive. They love eating crabs. They will pick off the fins and tails of every single fish in your tank. They're very small, but they pack quite a bite. Yames actually got bit earlier. I remember when I was a kid fishing in my aunt's backyard, I got bit by one, and it does not feel good. They're not very sharp teeth, but they got a lot of force, and you can imagine he's perfectly built to eat things like crabs and little clams and barnacles, but very cool, neat little fish. And when you guys see us fillet them up and cook them, these fish are toxic if you don't know how to prepare them, but I'm going to show you guys the right way to clean them so you don't hurt yourself. But look at him. Very beautiful. He's got these little orange and green eyeballs, this beautiful yellow and black checkered pattern. Very small, but they have an incredible yield of meat on them.
We're on the board again, number 6.
5 to 1.
5 to 1.
It's typical for Yames to outfish me, outcook me, just outdo me.
See, the thing is though, I don't want to win in this battle of pufferfish.
We made a little move. So there's actually 2 lakes or 2 bodies of water that look identical, and this one looks a lot more clear, less windy, so we're going to continue to do our same thing and walk up and down and look for these puffers.
How many do we need?
I don't know. I'd say like 4 or 5 pufferfish, you're good for a meal per person. So I'd say like 25, 30 puffers, we'll be good to go. Okay guys, there's a triple tail right there along the edge of the shoreline. He almost looks like a little floating log. We'll see if we could get him to eat. Oh, he sees
He's gonna
it.
smoke it.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Sometimes they're just too stupid for their own good. What a cool fish though. I got really light lines, so I don't want them to break. They got really sharp gill plates. Oh, actually the hook just pulled. You blew it, Vic. We should have let Yames do it. Yames, what was I thinking? Why you let me do it?
It was still cool to see though.
So he would have been way too small to keep, but I just wanted to show you him. We didn't leave a hook in them. The hook just pulled, but those triple tail, they're all up and down the intercoastal. We don't get them too big when they're in here. Occasionally you'll get a keeper, but they're really unique fish in that they camouflage really well. Sometimes they'll be really yellow, orange, brown. That guy was just like perfectly blended with the shoreline. Amazing eating fish when you can keep them. But that's the only thing we've seen along this entire bank. We have not seen a single pufferfish. We came to a super secret spot that Dennis knew, the public boat ramp. And I just saw 2 pufferfish, but I don't know why they're terrified. They ran away, so we gotta wait it out. This is our 3rd spot, and it is amazing how sometimes you can go to one area and they're loaded there one day, and then the next, they're just not there. Even something as simple as a pufferfish can drive a man crazy sometimes. There we go, Dennis. Live action. Live action from the boat ramp. So you would think that a fish this small, you wouldn't be able to keep and eat. But I'm telling you, you're gonna be surprised. Once we clean these guys up, they have a surprising amount of yield. They're like a little chicken drumstick when you eat them and clean them. No bones, just one little nice chicken wing. I threw a shrimp in, and I'm retying my hook right now. Dennis is filming one, stealing my shrimp. I see something very small trying to eat my shrimp. Oh, you got one?
Smoked them.
Phew.
Like Victor said earlier too, this is like so perfect if you're just getting started as like a fisherman or you're trying to get your kids to fish. You take them here, it's like very hands-on. You see the fish biting. It's cool. It's kind of what got me into fishing.
Oh my gosh. This guy ripped. Little lane snapper. Far too undersized. But it's cool to see all the little life living at the boat ramp. All these people pulling out their boats, and here we are. Just catching the little lane snapper. One-man search for the golden pufferfish.
I really
How far will you go?
I thought that this was gonna be like an easy one. To be honest with you, I joke around with Victor every single time we do a video and we like actively target something, it disappears. We go there tomorrow not targeting them and they'll be there.
With sharks, with iguanas, every time we filmed an iguana video, it turns out to rain, which iguanas hate the rain. Not a puffer. Oh my gosh, it's a tiny puffer. Oh, there's two. They're solid. And by solid, I mean 2 pufferfish.
I feel like this would be a horrible place to bust.
They're such sick fish. I would love to have just a puffer tank. You have a puffer tank, come home, feed them some well, not shiners, feed them some bait fish, feed them some crabs. They're definitely here. They're not very big, but they're here. Can you hear this? They make some crazy sounds too. That's him inflating with air.
Not the targeted species. Be a great snook bait if I was fishing for snook. Well, they also call them sand perch.
Puffers are actually solid here.
That's a
Which is crazy though, you can't really see them, but they're solid. This is a little bit of a bigger one. No! We worked hard for you. We're not letting you go. This one's gonna fluff up good, look. And you guys see how crazy their teeth are? He broke my line with his teeth. And you saw all that water that squirted out of him. When he fills up with water and air, and that's how he gets his belly really, really full. Come on. Very hard to hold too, they're super slimy. They're not wanting to blow up today, Dennis. Look at those chompers. They got little horse teeth in them. See him trying to munch that hook? Get off my rock, Yames.
taking advantage of the time that I have right now while Victor's switching hooks.
What number you have, Vic?
I want to say I'm at 6, 5 or 6.
I got 5.
Listen, I may not win the fishing competition, but I already won the day. I got Chef Yames cooking me dinner. I already won. So we are pufferfish fishing today, but yesterday was a really exciting day because Dennis, Brook, and I took a trip up to Fort Pierce to go look at the blue water. A couple videos ago, or the last video, you guys heard that we're getting a new 2850 blue water. It's being custom built. Yesterday, the hull popped out of the mold. We got it all on video. I'm gonna make like behind the scenes of how a boat is made, just to show you guys, because I thought it was really interesting. I have never seen the entire process from start to finish of how a boat is made. So we're filming that video, but things are moving along fast, man. You know, a few months ago when we decided to move forward with this boat, Ken told us that it would be done mid-July. Everything is on track. They got the electronics, the console's done, the hardtop's done. Now it's just a matter of gluing all those pieces together. That day we pick it up is gonna be one of the best days of my life. Next to marrying Brooke, of course. I know she's watching this, but it's gonna be a very exciting time. Little grunt. That's the problem when you can't, you guys heard us talk a lot about being able to see them. It's not so much that we don't need to see the puffers, but there's so much bycatch like the maharas and grunts that you don't want to catch. It makes it so much easier to target pufferfish when you can actually see them. And with this water quality, it's very tough.
Hey,
you got the right species.
Another one.
James is catching up.
Victor's over here yapping about his fancy boat and just catching dinner.
Hey, I invited you on that fancy boat earlier. It's the final count. All right. We ended up going back to the same lake, well, the lake that we started fishing at today. Dennis, someone is driving away with your truck right there. Looks just like your truck. Did I get you?
I thought it was on a tow truck.
So we picked off 2 more fish, got a nice juicy thumbnail, and it's my favorite part of the video, especially when Yames is cooking. So we will see you guys at the fillet table, show you how to properly clean these up without eating some toxic venom, and we'll go over all that. So I'll see you there. There's the cooler full of pufferfish. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we already cleaned 2. So you need 3 things to properly clean a pufferfish, but they are very easy to clean once you do it a few times. A rag really helps because these are super slimy. Any thick knife, because you are cutting a little bit through the bone, and a fork. I'm telling you, the 3 essentials. Now, if you feel with the pufferfish, his skull is right there, I like to start my cut right where that soft part of the head meat starts, so I can feel, it's like right around his pec fins right here. I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go a little bit through the bone, but not all the way. I don't wanna cut this fish in half, and I don't wanna get the guts. So pufferfish have something known as tetrodotoxin. All the pufferfish have it, a lot of octopus have it, and it's a neurotoxin that could potentially kill you. I've never heard of anyone getting sick by eating our checkered pufferfish in Florida, but if you've ever heard of the fish called fugu, which they have in Japan, there's like crazy qualifications you have to do as a sushi chef to be able to even serve that fish, because that one will kill you. And I think that this species just doesn't have a lot of that toxin, but just to be safe, what you want to do is avoid the guts. So I have him split right there. I'm going to kind of flip him over. I'm going to take a fork and I'm going to press down right here. I'm going to press down into his meat and a little bit of that bone, and I'm grabbing his head and guts with my left hand, and I'm just going to pull away. And you're going to see all the bad stuff get separated. This is the easiest fish in the world you will ever clean. There's no filleting, there's no pin bones, there's no nothing. It's just a fork, a rag, and a knife. So I think that it is in their liver where the toxin is, and it is potentially really deadly, but we ate 56 last time, no one got sick. I know a bunch of other creators in Florida have done pufferfish catch and cook, so we're gonna roll the dice. But that is what you're left with. So normally when you think of a fish this small, like a little mangrove snapper or lane snapper, I would never keep a fish this small, but these guys are 100% almost pure yield. They have one little bone right down the middle, which you guys will see when we go to cook this up, when Yames does, and it's just like a little chicken drumstick. It's the perfect little meal. Now we're gonna go ahead and discard that. And the interesting thing, if you notice, the catfish don't touch this stuff. They don't want the guts or anything, so I don't know if they know that that toxin is in there, but there's something about that pufferfish that they don't like, and I'll tell you that those catfish eat everything we throw in this canal. So once again, let me show you guys. And these guys do get considerably bigger, but today we didn't find the bigger ones. So once again, like right here by its pec fins, go down about halfway through. I don't want to completely separate it. Flip them around. Make sure my knife or fork doesn't touch any of those guts where that toxin could be, and pull it out. And the nice thing is that the guts and everything, the skin, any bones that would be in there, its head, it all comes with that one swoop, and all you're left with is everything edible. You could eat the tails of these guys, they turn super crispy. It's as easy as that. What do you think, Chef?
We're gonna be eating the tails too, for sure, but they're, like he described it, they're like drumsticks. I'm surprised that we don't serve them more in restaurants. I'm sure it's because of the toxin that's in them, and it kind of is iffy. But like he said, we've never had any issues, and they're absolutely delicious.
In the state of Florida, as long as you have a fishing license, this is an unregulated species. That doesn't mean you can go and catch as many as you want. It means you can keep 2 fish or 100 pounds, whichever is greater. So as you can see, this isn't even 10 pounds of fish, but if you wanted to, you could go and catch 100 pounds of pufferfish per person per day. Not a lot of people do this. They're super plentiful. They're in this canal right here in Brook's Parents Canal, but the catfish are so vicious, you would never be able to get your bait down to the pufferfish, but there's probably 15, 20 puffers that live right along these canals and docks. But like I said, the catfish would just demolish your bait, so it'd be really tough to do so. We're gonna get to work and we'll see you guys in the kitchen. We got Chef Yames in the house. Do your boy a favor, give him some love on Instagram, follow him on Instagram at Yames too. I'll have it plugged up here, but Yames, what are we having tonight?
So we're gonna do a little katsu style fried pufferfish. Katsu style is just a fancy word for panko crusted. We're gonna just fry that up. We're gonna do a little bit of ginger jasmine rice and a little quick pickled cucumber salad. And we're also gonna take some scallions, char them up on the grill, and make a charred scallion aioli. Really, really simple, fresh, something you can do at home.
The nice thing is that Yames is a chef, but he walks you guys step by step so you can do it at home and recreate this recipe yourself.
So right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little cucumber salad, and I'm gonna do a quick pickle on this. And I'll show you really fast what a quick pickle will be. First off, you're gonna cut the cucumbers right in half, little half moons like that. Not too thick, but you still want them to have some integrity to them because we're gonna add some salt and sugar to this. We're gonna have a little bit of ginger that you're gonna finely mince up pretty good. If you're not cooking ginger, you don't want it to be like huge chunks of ginger because it's really not palatable at all. So just super, super finely minced. And the key to this pickle, so this is what you can do at home. This is without you heating up any kind of vinegar or water. Add a generous amount of salt. Like that seems like a lot of salt for this amount of cucumbers, but cucumbers hold so much liquid in them. And you're gonna mix up that salt, and those are just gonna sit and essentially cure and leach out a bunch of liquid. And when that liquid starts leaching out a little bit, that's when you're gonna add your rest, like your rice wine vinegar, a little bit of sesame oil, some sugar to like balance out all the flavors. And like I said, that's a quick pickle. It's super easy. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of red pepper in this as well, just for color. It's not even for flavor, because I'm an OCD chef and I like color. So you're just gonna take a little red pepper like that. Give it a fine little julienne. Super thin.
So is my recreational knife sharp enough for the big leagues there?
I sharpened it.
Oh, it was a little dull. I'm surprised you didn't bring your knives.
I know, I used to come like fully racked up here with plates and everything. That was a little bit of sugar that I just added to this. It's one of those things that you can really truthfully eyeball. Like don't go crazy with the salt because you can't take it out obviously. But like with the sugar and the vinegar and everything else, you can always add more to it. And you see all like the sugar granules like still like not being dissolved yet. That process will happen. That's all happening with the pickle. We'll call this another like quarter cup of rice wine vinegar. This is still gonna like release a bunch of liquid. But to finish, a little bit of sesame oil. And you do not wanna go too heavy with this because sesame oil has a tendency to get pretty bitter on you. So maybe like a teaspoon. We're gonna make them look all pretty and add some sesame seeds to it and stuff at the end when we're plating up, but that's ready to go. That can either just sit and wait right wherever you want it or in the fridge. It's good for a couple of days too. That's the cool thing about this. You make a little extra of this and you either put it in a jar, you put it in the fridge, whatever, it'll stay good. It only gets better just sitting. So with these, this is your component for your charred scallion aioli, obviously scallions. With these, no oil, no nothing, no salt and pepper. You're gonna put them on a grill that's cranking. And you don't gotta sit there and watch these. You're gonna let them essentially burn. And I know that when you're cooking, you never wanna see anything burning. But with this specifically, you're gonna get that flavor of char, and you want that flavor of char. It's gonna create umami, a really, really nice flavor, and it's gonna taste amazing with fried fish.
So for the average folks at home, Chef Yames, what is umami?
Okay, that's what I was gonna get into next. Umami is just really a mix of all the flavors that you're looking for. Sweet, savory, a little bit of acid, just things like that. It just all kind of just comes together. Umami is just making everything kind of come together. And that's what this will create, that char. You put those on, forget about them.
It's almost like
Tomorrow morning we'll check them, huh?
We're all
We are Uma.
Ooh, mommy. So with this ginger rice, I don't mince up the ginger. Typically some people would, but I don't mind if I have to pick out like that. You do like nice thick chunks of that, you're just gonna get that essence of ginger. You don't really want that to be like the predominant flavor in this because we have ginger kind of going in everything. Tiny, tiny bit of oil. Make sure the pan's hot. Doesn't matter really what rice it is. I like to toast the rice. So you add it with your aromatics like that, with your oil and everything else. And you just give it a little toast before you add the liquid to it. Almost like you're making risotto, but you're not stirring this constantly when the liquid hits the pan. This is just jasmine rice, so typically with this rice, it's 2 to 1, so I made 2 cups of rice, so 4 cups of water, but you want it to come to a boil and then put it on medium low. So I just popped open the grill. It's exactly what you want. Like you have some char and some, like, you would call that burnt, but there's some nice green in there too, and that's exactly where you want it. Obviously use tongs, don't be a smart chef like me. So this right here, I always set it up like this. This is what you call a standard breading procedure. So it's flour, egg, breadcrumbs, and we're gonna dredge the pufferfish in the seasoned flour. Usually you put a little salt and pepper, some garlic powder, some herbs in there and stuff. Whipped up eggs, and then your panko breadcrumbs, and that's what's gonna make this katsu. You're gonna take a couple little pufferfish, toss them in that seasoned flour, make sure it's coated nice. Right into the egg. It's cool with these specifically because you can grab them by the tail after they're coated in that egg, and then toss them in the panko. Dredge them nicely, give it a little squeeze. These are the puffers all ready to go, ready to do another second swim in the oil. Is that oil good to go?
I think it's ready, but you want me to check with the thermometer?
Before I do that though, I'm gonna bang out that scallion aioli. That's how you learn it from your Italian grandmother. All right, so this is gonna be this charred scallion aioli. So I did about 3 cloves of garlic. It might be a little overkill, but I'm a big garlic guy. A nice little nub of fresh ginger. Our charred scallions. I'm gonna go right in there like that. And with this one, we're gonna do a tiny shot of rice wine vinegar, just a little bit, just so you can blend up those dry scallions. A little bit of sesame oil, very little, a little bit of salt. Like not everyone has this in their house, for real. Some QP mayo to make this extra Asian. I'm gonna add some of that to it, and then you're just gonna blend this all smooth.
You hear that? Not everyone has that in their house. Only the umami boys have it in the house.
And like any other cook, taste it as you go. And it's really, really, really good. If I do
3
say so
really?
myself.
That must be really
Really good.
I'm a sucker for scallion. Yeah,
Very,
that
very
hits
good.
really good. That hits. You would think it would taste burnt. Not at all. It's just like the earthiness of the onion, perfectly balanced with the vinegar, a little sesame oil. That's amazing. You put that on a sandwich,
I know, that's what I was
pufferfish,
thinking.
anything.
All right, so let's go make these puppies swim. All right, so our oil's right at 350 where you want it. Gently let them in your oil. The oil's gonna tell you when it's ready pretty much, but it's nice to have a thermometer to check it. And you don't wanna overcrowd the pan when it's on the climb, because it will bring your oil temp down. So we're just gonna add those and see where the oil's at. These are looking good though.
They look so funny swimming in there, don't they?
They really do look cool.
It is such a perfect little animal. So much yield.
So these are like right on the cusp of being deep fried, so they're a little shallow, so I had to flip them. But right when they get that golden brown color is obviously a telltale sign that they're pretty much there, so I flipped them. And when they pop them out, I'll lay them on this sheet tray. Always, if you have it, if it's accessible at your house, invest in a rack, because it's really great when you're frying things to take it from the rack and lay it on there, so your fry doesn't get all soggy if you lay it on a paper towel. When you're frying fish and you take them out, first thing you do, season them with salt. That salt is just going to disintegrate with that hot oil, and obviously season your fish properly.
Stoked. Mouth watering, fished all day in the hot sun, and very excited to eat these guys. They just if you look at them compared to how big they were when we caught them, you really retain so much meat. I don't know of any other fish that you get this much yield off of. It's pretty incredible. They look fun to eat too, with their little tails sticking up.
I like that golden brown.
We'll just go down a little bit of that, just a little puddle like that. A little bit of your rice. I really like how these lay in the plate because they have the tail and everything else. And pardon me using my hands, guys.
They were made for a chef.
Just a little bit of sesame seeds all over the place. Get them on everything. And that's it.
That is a work of art right there. Those little puffer fish standing up like that. You got the little salad, the scallion mayo, aioli, because we're chefing it up right. Fancy word for scallion mayo. Little jasmine rice. I know these are gonna be fire. Brookie, you should have the first plate.
Wow.
You never get the first plate.
No, I don't. It looks beautiful and I already know it's gonna taste delicious. I can't wait.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. You guys, this fish is very tender, and I don't want to say flaky, because that's how I describe all fish, but it's like makes you think you're eating chicken, like you're eating a chicken wing. It's got a little bite to it, and the best part about eating it is you do have that one center bone, and then a tiny little bones that protrude off to the side, but you can basically eat this thing like you would a chicken wing.
It's really, really good. I'm not gonna lie, the sauce kind of pulls everything together and it really, really makes everything. The fish itself, I would love to do this all the time because this is like a fun fish to eat too. So you go out with your kids, you come back and cook this, and then you guys all get to eat this together like chicken nuggets. It's awesome.
Did we eat them like this last time?
Yes.
Like fried like that? I can't really remember.
Yames did a cornstarch or cornmeal batter.
But yeah, this is like the most fun way to eat a fish. The fact that you can just eat it with your fingers and just eat it like you're eating like chicken off a bone. But it's very, very delicious. And every time that we have Chef Yames guest chef for us in this house, it's always an amazing meal, and everything on this plate is absolutely delicious. So thank you for cooking for us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've all had pufferfish before, but Dennis has never had it.
That was my first bite. It was good. Exterior is nice and crunchy. The fish is pretty much just like the fish. Like it is not like chicken.
Yeah.
But it is good. The sauce is good.
I devoured my plate. I love every single thing about this dish. The jasmine rice with a little bit of ginger that came through. The scallion aioli was nice and rich. And then you have the acidic cucumber salad to kind of cut it through. And I wanted to save a tail just to show you guys. This is one of my favorite parts about this, is you can actually eat the little crunchy tail. It's like a little seafood potato chip, but that's basically what you end up with. You don't have all these little like annoying bones when you deal with. There's a few bones by the head that you gotta avoid, but a lot of meat, super delicious. Yames, thank you so much for cooking for us.
Anytime.
Always have a good time with these boys. I wanna thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to follow Yames on Instagram. And we got lots of exciting news coming down the line. I told you guys about the blue water earlier. And as we work on that build, I will keep updating you. Till the next one. See ya.